Hello, my name is Sandeep and this video is the continuation part 2 of looping functions in REXX. If you have not checked out the first part of the looping functions in REXX, please check out the part 1 and this is the second part. Here we'll discuss more on the other variations of the do loop. So in the first part, to briefly explain, we had discussed on the two types of loops in REXX. First one is the iterative type and second is the infinite type. Okay, so in the iterative type we discussed about the following type of looping function. Here we defined it I is equal to 1 and it will iterate up to 10 and we give the step value and we give the counter value to start or end the loop. So I've already set up my connection in both VS Code and the mainframe terminal, ISPF terminal. So in this part, we'll discuss more on the decremental type of loop. So in a decremental type of loop, decremental loop, we will reduce the initial value of, let's say, I variable up to or to. Let's look at the example up to any value. Let's say 10. So if I'll create a member, say loop 9. Uh, Create a member loop 9. Before that, I had disconnected, so I'll quickly go in and set up my library to the system execution library. System execution, I'll allocate my CS list yes, the system execution allocation library. So quickly execute this, and I have an RCF0. So coming back to the VS Code, we have loop 9 member created. So here I'll give the extension as a REXX, so it will help us with the syntax. And this is the mandatory part of any REXX program. The first line needs to denote with the comment section as REXX. Okay, so in this we'll be seeing a decremental loop. Okay, so decremental loops are say I is our variable that I'm defining it. Let's say if I value is 10 and its value should be to 0 and decremented by, so to decrement any value in REXX we give it as minus, let's say 10. So ideally this should execute for so much time until the i's value reaches to 0. Let's say I and end the loop, saving the data set. Once the data set is successfully uploaded, we'll go back into the SPF menu and check the loop 9 member is reflecting over here. Quickly execute this to check if this loop is functioning correctly. So as you can see, the decremental loop is reducing the initial value of I from 50 to the step value by minus 10, and it is looping in for so many number of times until it reaches to 0. So this is one type of a looping function in REXX. Let's move ahead to another type of looping function in REXX. The another type is a very simple type where we will define a variable and initialize it value with let's say 10. We just create the member. So this will be a loop 10. Okay, this is going to create a profile. We don't want it to create a profile because my profile is already created. Add a new member. Okay, create a new member loop 10. So it will. Okay, so the looping is created. I'll quickly change the extension as a REXX. Mark it as X so the values are understood easily. Okay, seeing a variable, let's say counter value has defined as 10. Okay, so in this REXX condition, what are we doing is we are initializing a counter variable to 10 and the loop counter loop variable is 5, and we are saying do this for so many number of times. Let's say we instead of giving a hard-coded value, we give a do is equals to loop which has 5 as value. So this looping condition would be executed for so many number of times, and the counter value will be incremented by 10. So let us go ahead and check the result what we have. Execute this. Okay. So here you can see first say statement is showing us what is the value of loop. We have it 5, and it will loop for 1 2 3 4 5 times, and once the looping is completed 5 times the loop will be executed, will be terminated, and we can see the output is verified over here. Okay, so next we'll be discussing about the infinite loops, infinite type of loops in REXX. REXX has a predefined function which is a do forever loop. So let me demonstrate that by creating a member loop 11. Extension type is REXX. Okay. So in REXX we have a predefined function to in REXX there is a predefined function called as do forever. So this basically loop the uh, loop the instruction into an infinite number of x number of times. So let's say we are saying a message say you are in infinite and end it. So basically, this do forever would execute this statement infinitely without reaching any termination point. So let's check what is the result we have. Execute this, and you can see that we are in a infinite loop, and there is no termination. Okay, press Control F1 to exit and press to end the loop. So you have to give a manual command in order to terminate this code. So basically in REXX we have this do forever function. Um, so, so thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you have understood the two types of looping functions in REXX. One is the incremental type and another is the infinite type. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, uh, please comment for more such videos, and have a good day.